Hi everyone, this is the Tim Chatys match from that game which I was talking about earlier, which you just saw a video of my game against Stuart Sumner. So it's also Charlton 5 versus Ashton. I'd like to say that we played at the Charlton venue. It is the worst venue in the world. It's absolutely freezing. It's some kind of dilapidated building in some stupid rat hole in Manchester. And it's probably like damp and awful. And but anyway, back to the chess. Tim's opponent was someone called Jim Mackerell, who doesn't have a grade like Stuart, but he seems a pretty decent player. And he opened with e4, and Tim responded symmetrically with e5, which until now I haven't had to do any videos on this really awful opening, but now I've got to do one. And I'll probably have to do many more if I'm annotating a lot of his games. Knight 3, knight c6, bishop c4, this boring rubbish. Bishop c5, c3, the Giucio Piano. Knight f6, d4, takes. Then there's this disruptive check, otherwise white gets a strong centre for nothing. Knight c3, this opening is a gambit because you can take and then win e4. But white gets the two bishops in return for all this, and now plays bishop a3. So black's won a central pawn and has a strong knight, but white's got two raking bishops, as you can see, and black temporarily can't castle. But now he plays knight d6, which isn't too good because it hinders the d pawn. Because in a lot of these positions, black has to play d5 to kick the kick the bishop away with tempo. Bishop goes back to d3, both sides castle. Before castling, I'm actually going to share some computer analysis I did last night in preparation for this game. I was thinking that if the g5 square was covered, couldn't white do a Greek gift sack? First of all, so let's say white plays h4. Now first of all, black should play rook e8 check here. This is a disruptive check because white either has to lose castling rights by moving the king, or otherwise interpose with a bishop, which removes the dangerous pressure, and black's better then. But let's say black ignores it and plays something careless like b6, preparing to finish out the bishop on a strong diagonal. I was looking at check, and now two variations. The first one is king g6, after which might come queen g4, f5, h5, king f6, check, king f7, queen g6, king g8, and now taken on d6. Takes, now h6. And black has got two pieces for a rook, but d pawns are very weak and isolated, and white's got a strong attack and has got some good compensation here for the material deficit. So this should be fine for white. And another line I looked at was king g8. So queen h5 for any mate. Check, which clears the square with tempo. King f2. And now it seems that a dangerous counter-attack with queen f6 is best, hitting f2. And now white should check on h7 and then check on h8, because then the rook comes into the game with tempo. And now black's best is to sack for the piece back with knight e5. If king d8, then black loses via this continuation. Black cannot do anything now to stop mate, other than give up the queen for the rook on e1, and then white will win easily. So that's no good. And now if knight e5, then you play queen h5, putting pressure on f7, takes, king d1, king d8, and now takes an e5. And the position is probably dynamically equal. Black's up a pawn, and white's pawn structure is fragmented. Black also has potential counter-attacking chances, but this position is probably white's got the better attacking chances, but black has a pawn. So it's dynamically equal. And this is all a lot of engine analysis I did last night. I thought it might be interesting to share it with you, even though it was unlikely to happen in the game. Because Greek gift sacks are very interesting, because being a French player, I have to know about when Greek gifts work and when they don't work, so I was quite interested by all this. So white castled instead. Now came rook e8, seizing the open file. Queen c2. Queen b3 though is very strong. Like, black went wrong with knight d6 in the opening, and the punishment is that white's now got very strong compensation for the pawn, and this position would be better for white. But queen c2 is good as well. h6, because h7 was attacked. Rook e1. b6. Takes, and now d5. A strong central push which relegates black's knight out of action on a5. And now white plays check, king h8, and knight e5. And now mate on f7 is threatened. Well, it'd also win the queen as well, but basically f7 is under attack. And the only way to defend is queen f6. But black's getting passive now, and white's got very strong compensation. Rook e1, d6. And here white has a tactical shot here, but it's not actually as good as you think. White can play knight takes f7 check. The point is after queen takes bishop g6, there is a skewer from the queen to the knight, so white's won his pawn back. But black has a resource here. See if you can spot it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bishop f5. The point being is if white takes black's queen, then black takes white's, and if bishop takes f5, then queen takes d5, and we have an interesting position where black has a better pawn structure and also is a pawn up, but white's got two bishops in an open position against two knights, and this probably favours white more, although the position is very sharp and chances of both sides, but this is fine for black. Knight c6 is stronger. The bishop d7, a mistake because white could have punished this with takes, and c4, and black's got a terrible pawn structure. So bishop e4 instead. Now knight takes c6, d takes c6, and bishop e6. And black has now come more into the game, and it's time to consolidate the extra pawn. c4, rook d8, preparing maybe a late d5. Bishop b2, hitting the queen. Queen h4. Rook e3. And now here knight f6 is best, putting some central pressure on, and then black can say has an advantage. Instead queen e7 was played. Both sides are getting short time here as well, especially white. Rook f3. White desperately needs to try and find some compensation, but now he is hit pretty badly by d5. And you might have noticed that white's back rank is very, very weak, and this loses him the game. In fact, d5 is pretty much winning for black, amazingly enough, because of the weakness of the back rank. There's so many tactics. Now, say white plays bishop d3 here. You can take bishop e2. Because of the back rank threats, the pawn on c4 is immune. So if takes, bishop takes, queen takes, and then queen e1 is mate. So bishop e2 is forced, and now queen d6. And black is winning a third pawn, and is easily winning. So after d5, white is actually practically lost. My analytical assistant says that black is over 3 pawns ahead. C takes d5, bishop takes d5, and now white drops a clanger now with rook e3 in time pressure. And I'll give you 10 seconds to see if you can spot the winning continuation for black, which forced resignation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now white's back rank is very weak, so we need to open up the d file for the rook, and we need to divert the queen off d1. So we simply do this by this continuation. And now the weakness of white's back rank becomes apparent. The queen is taken and rook d1 is mate, otherwise white is a rook down and is being positionally crushed, so you force resignation. That's a nice finish that. I mean, Tim started the game pretty badly with that move knight d6, which isn't very good, but he hung in there and seized his opportunity. And it was a well played game. I won as well, as we saw in the last video. So, but the other two players lost though, which meant we got a draw in the end. But it was still the standard was pretty good. Coach was pretty happy with us, and we can say we've done our bit. Epic Chess that is. And remember to like and subscribe and all that, and visit our website. Links are being put in the description box. But for now, please leave any comments and thoughts. Thanks very much.